I don't know if you all are aware of this. This is probably not something that is very well known right now, but there are these things called game subscription services where you can pay a certain fee per month and you can play what games are on that rotation, kind of like Netflix or Hulu. It is a very brand new thing right now, and I really don't know if it's going to take off and if anyone's going to use it at all. Okay, yes, I am very much joking. Obviously, stuff like Game Pass is huge nowadays. It is completely mainstream. Saying that it's mainstream doesn't even do it justice. It is quite literally, it would seem, the preferred way that people like to play their games. Now, before you get angry here, I'm saying the average gamer. I'm not saying whether that is right or wrong. I'm saying this as somebody who just a few weeks ago completely canceled my Game Pass subscription, and I have never felt better about it. I'm actually going to start literally just owning games from now on, so maybe this kind of puts me in a unique position to talk about what I'm about to talk about here. But yes, my point being, whatever your feelings are on this, you have to agree that it would seem that the majority of people are just playing video games on these game subscription services rather than just going out and buying a game, or even just staying in and just digitally buying a game. People, it would seem, are just not buying games anymore. And the thing is, there is a brand new bit of research that sheds light on the actual numbers that we are facing around this exact topic. So this is from a research firm called Circana. I've talked about them quite a bit, and Mat Piscatella always makes posts on them, and he works for them. Actually, I believe he's kind of the head honcho there, and so anyway, he made this post that has kind of gone viral in the past few days. They kind of do this where it's like sneak peeks of a bit of their research that they have released. I think you have to pay a certain amount to get the full bit of research, but anyway, he's got a chart right there, which I'm going to zoom in on here in a little bit, but let's just look at what he says here. He says, hyper-enthusiast, price-insensitive players are really keeping things going, especially in the non-free-to-play gaming space. So this is according to Circana's Q3 2025 Future of Games report. He says only 4% of US video game players buy a new game on average more often than once per month, with a third of players not even buying any games at all. Okay, so we got the chart right here. So as we can see at the top here, it kind of summarizes what Matt says. Now getting into the raw numbers of it, so this is how people answered this question, which is just simply put, how often do you typically purchase a new game? And if you're thinking about yourself here, like where you would fall on this, I mean, I just have to kind of think of it as, again, just kind of on average. So how often do you typically purchase a new game? So starting at the left there, the smallest one, only 4% purchased a game more often than once a month. So to me, that's like only 4% bought a new game on average of like 12 or more times a year, which, yeah, is crazy that that's only 4%. And then you got 10% that say that that's about once a month, or about pretty much exactly 12 times a year. 22% say they get a game once every 3 months. 18% say once every 6 months. 12% says once a year. And then by far the biggest one, 33% of players, again, these are like players, these are gamers that are answering this. 33% of gamers say that they have purchased a game less often than once a year. And you know what the sad thing is? I actually have to say that I'm surprised that the number isn't more than 33%. As I said at the start, stuff like Game Pass, I mean, I guess I shouldn't even say that's how people prefer to play, but that's just how that's how the majority of people play, whether they like it or not, I guess. And it's true, when I was in my Game Pass days for years, I mean, I quite literally would never buy video games, period. And for a bit, I was satisfied with that, but I mean, I can only speak from personal experience. It got to the point where I just simply could not justify the amount of money that I was spending, and I wanted to get a game PC too. There's less of a focus on the Xbox console itself. And as I said like a week or two ago, this actually, I made this decision literally just a couple weeks before they announced that it was going to go from $20 a month to $30 a month. So my decision wasn't even influenced by that crazy price hike that just happened from Xbox. So maybe this switch that I just made from just going with Game Pass to now just going with like Steam digital purchases, like always buying a bunch of games on sale, maybe that's going to be the norm way more as we go forward here, especially now that Xbox Xbox Game Pass really hiked up their prices, and maybe other Game Pass type subscriptions will do kind of the same thing. I kind of took a dramatic turn from the very right side of that chart, like never buying a game ever, to buying a game like on average more than once a month. I really feel that this statistic might actually change quite soon. I could very well be wrong, but 4% could maybe be the lowest this number is actually going to go.